Hello, almost Shabbat Shalom. Hello, everyone. It's Friday. We had a hard week here in Los Angeles. We're still having it. We can see still the smoke of the fire in one of the mountains. The fire is still going in some places. And thousands of people lost their homes, and a lot of trauma, a lot of grief. My heart goes out to all those who went through this experience. All this horrific. Communities have been wiped out, and it's really horrible. It's really horrible. I'm, maybe coincidentally or not, but I'm here at a dream park. You know, there is this frog here dreaming of the kiss. So I guess this is a frog that is still waiting for the kiss to be given. And I want to talk today about how everything ties into where we are, really. The portion of today's portion Vayechi, it's the last portion of the book of Genesis. Jacob is dying, and he calls Joseph and brings his kids to bless them, Ephraim and Menashe, or Menashe and Ephraim first, and then he's putting his hands, he's crisscrossing his hands over the kids. So instead of putting his right hand on the older son, he's putting it on the younger son, Ephraim, and putting his left hand on the older son, Menashe. And he gives the first blessing, and then he is about to give the second blessing, and let me come here a little bit. There are a few doggies here, and so he is about to give the second blessing, and Yosef said, no, wait, you have your hands crisscrossed. Jacob said, no, I know the younger one will be the one that will, through him will be great things. Also the older one will be, but the youngest one is the one to receive the first blessing. And there is here kind of a reminiscence about what happened with Joseph himself. He was the youngest one, and he was favored by Jacob. And there is here a question: why did Jacob crisscross his hands, and why did he give a second blessing, telling Joseph, no, I know what I'm doing? He gave the first blessing, and he did not sense, he could see things, and he did not sense any jealousy from the older brother, from the older brother, and he didn't sense any over from the younger brother saying, oh, I got the gift, now I'm better than you. He didn't sense any of these jealousy feelings. It was the older brother was happy for his younger brother, and the younger brother just remained the same. So there was this love and this unity without the jealousy that occurred, for example, when Joseph was young. When Joseph was young, his brothers were jealous of him, and they wanted to kill him. They eventually sold him. They put him in a pit, and he was sold. And this is what happens many times in families, where one favors one child. There is this jealousy. And because he did not sense this jealousy, he said that those two children who were his grandkids will become heads of tribes. And that's when the 12 tribes of Israel turned into 13 tribes of Israel. 13 tribes of Israel, 12 astrological signs, the 13th astrological sign, the 13th star that was added by NASA. You know, that's kind of like changing the whole astrological map, but that's a whole different story. So there was no jealousy. And jealousy is one of the things that is, first of all, jealousy is fire. Jealousy is fire, and when there is jealousy, it takes the person out of this world. It takes the it creates a fire that takes the person out of this world. Jealousy is about when somebody is jealous why somebody else has one thing or the other. And it is like, oh, why does that person have that and I don't have that? Or, oh, I feel better now because that person lost what they had. And oh, no, that's all part of this jealousy. That's all part of this fire that can be used for good, but when not used right, it creates more fire. It creates the wind that spreads the fire further and creates bigger fires. So this is the kind of thing where reminds us what happens with the kids of Joseph. The unity that we so much need, the unity to fight, and the unity to not just prevail but thrive. What to fight? To fight those who are creating these kind of things. This is all part of a bigger agenda, bigger things. Is it coincidental that a week before these fires, the insurance companies canceled their fire coverage? That budgets were cut down. What happened in Hawaii? That's maybe a different story for a whole different thing. But it is to bring us together, and it is unfortunate that disasters bring us together. Let's look at the times where we have positivity that happens in our life, that we can come together, because coming together is what is going to eradicate darkness, evaporate darkness, bring light to the front, to the forefront. The non-jealousy and non-compete that the kids of Joseph had, Ephraim and Manasseh, is what brought the 13th tribe, is what brought unity. On Friday, on Shabbat, after doing the Kiddush, it is customary that the father puts the hands on the kids and blesses them, and the blessing is, may God put you as Ephraim and Manasseh. This is, I remember my dad was doing that. I remember before that. It's from generation to generation. Why to put me as to put the children as an Ephraim and Manasseh? To put them without the jealousy, without the compete. So there is just unity and wanting good for one another. This is the actual one of the sources of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You love your neighbor like yourself, meaning that I want for you the good that I wish for me. It's hard to love somebody like yourself, especially if somebody is not in that place yet. But you can wish for all the good to happen to your friend, then like to happen to you. So wishing the good for the other person, being happy and rejoicing in other person's fortune or luck or whatever you want to call it. But it is that is bringing the unity, and the unity is bringing light. Yeah, so blessed to be here. This is a beautiful, beautiful day in some parts. The other parts are a little smoky. I'm sending wishes and prayers and energies and frequencies to positivity for everybody who has been affected. Sending much love and Shabbat Shalom.